Hi guys.
Hello.
Hey girl, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so good to see you as usual, looking beautiful, just like a little ray of sunshine coming in here to our Zoom.
You? You got people around you, or you just wearing the mask for fashion?
Just to promote, saying good CDC guideline practices, and just to remind people, really. And I run around in the halls a lot, so I keep it on. Saying stay ready. You ain't got to get ready.
Oh, you right. Uh,
But yeah,
So,
and also I can just take it off.
I haven't seen you in a minute. Last time we saw each other, you were at, was it the Oscars?
No, it was the Grammys.
The Grand, oh, I didn't know where, I knew it was some award show that you looked fabulous at. It was the Grammys. Yeah, that's right. That's the last time. And since then, you had a lot going on, including congratulations on the whole Maxim thing. I heard you're the first rapper to make their cover.
yes, it was such an honor to do that because they felt like my brand, superseded just being a rapper. I'm a businesswoman, fashion girl, all that good stuff.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When it comes to fashion, beauty, the music, the whole thing, you've got the whole thing together. I just wanted to say congratulations on that. I saw that and I just thought it was pretty dope. And then the pictures are just gorgeous as usual. They're stunning.
Thank you. I was super excited when I first got the call that they wanted me to do the cover. I'm sorry, my eyelashes poking me in my eye.
That's okay.
I was trying to fix it, but I didn't want to keep you guys waiting. But when I got the call, I was just like screaming hysterically because I'm just like, wow, like Maxim, like we all know Maxim covers the sexiest woman, so I'm just like honored.
What did Quavo have to say about it?
He's excited. He was, I feel like he kind of just expects what kind of happens, and for me it's more of a surprise, but he's already taking this journey, so nothing that I really do kind of surprised him right now.
Within the article, the Maxim article, you were talking about the I'll say PBM. I don't feel comfortable correctly pronouncing it, but pretty bitch music. And can you break down the acronym of bitch to me in your words, Miss Sweetie?
So I really love Tupac, and I grew up on him. And growing up, he used Thug Life as an acronym. So I was just inspired to use something that caught people's attention and kind of redefined it for me and my fans. So when I mean B.I.T.C.H, I mean B for boss, I for independent, T for tough, C for CEO because I run my own shit, and then H, I'm from the Bay, so the H means hyphy.
So on the new single, speaking of the Bay, you are using the beat that Too Short used for "Blow the Whistle." What made you decide to use that song, and what made you decide? Like, you've done a lot of remakes of different songs. What makes you keep doing that? Is it because it just keeps working, or is it just something you wanted to do?
I feel like it's my specialty. I feel like I have an ear for flipping beats, and I have an ear for like deciding what my voice sounds good on, and why not recreate something that I'm passionate about. So it's fun to me, and I'm gonna continue doing what's fun to me, because the point of being a musician and the point of being an artist is creating work for my passion. So I decided to do that because it's one of my favorite songs, and I was actually in my little lab deciding what song am I gonna sample next. So I decided on Blow the Whistle.
I love that song. Too Short to this day. I mean, you talk about the Bay and just the whole hyphy. Too Short has been relevant since the 80s. That's when you really think about that, that's crazy.
He's so timeless. He's laughing at me in my
I'm rooting for you against that eyelash, dude. Like, I'm rooting for you, bro.
Bro, you know what's crazy? No, it's even more crazy because as a woman, I want to go in there and like help you. I keep moving because I want to go, because you're friends, you're just like, let me go help you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Michelle!
Oh my goodness, thank God I don't got my nails on, because it's literally like just poking me in my eye, but it's okay. Oh, okay.
Pull it off, girl. Just rip it off.
Hell no.
You can just do one with on and one off. Come on.
Okay, and I'm gonna be
one lash on, one lash. You know what? I gotta hook you up, girl. So are those the strip lashes?
Yes, I hate strips, girl, but I haven't been able to get my lashes done because of quarantine.
No, girl. I got the hookup. I'm doing my own lashes at home. I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't damage your lashes. It take me automatic? How long last night? Maybe 10 minutes.
No, it takes about an hour. It takes a long time.
You're such a lie. This man does not know, girl. I'm gonna send you a message. I
They're
swear.
married, sweetie.
I know we're married. So anyway, I don't want to fight with him because I'm right and he's wrong. Let me talk about something a little more serious, because one of the reasons that I think that I'm such a fan of yours and that I love watching you grow. First of all, you're a very intelligent woman. You, like you said, you're your own boss. So I hope that other women, younger, older, whatever, can look at you and say, okay, she's doing it, I can do it. You're also biracial and you're really open. You talk about that a lot as a woman of color. You know, right now what's going on in the world. What's your message to other young women of all colors, of all backgrounds, who look to you for influence? I mean, there is a lot happening in the world right now. And I'd like to just get your take on that and a positive message for other young women or women in general.
And when we're talking about influence, like part of life, like just so I can give you like the best answer possible, because I feel like there's different ways to answer that depending on, you know, what you're talking about.
For me, like watching you grow and watching you complete your education, the strength you have, the belief in yourself, and just as a woman of color who's not afraid to talk about it, like what do you have to say to other women who might be facing some trials and tribulations? You know, the thing is, men don't really, I don't think they understand what we women go through. They don't really understand the business of things. And that's not just in entertainment, that's in any industry and in any situation. So how do you deal with that? And just, you know, just maybe some positive words for your fellow women.
Thank you for setting that up for me, because I can, you know, because I was going to ask, do I talk about style? Do I talk about what's going on? Do I talk about, you know, my journey? So thank you for that. So when it comes to, you know, being your own boss, especially with like education and being a woman of color, I feel like it's really important to trust our instinct and trust ourselves, because I feel like, especially being a woman of color and especially just being a woman, people are always trying to make decisions on our behalf. And people are always trying to like make it seem like we don't know what we're talking about. So I feel like it's very important for us to trust our gut, our instinct, because that's something that we have, you know, over the male species. We have intuition, we have our gut.
It's true though. It's true.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's just, especially when it comes to just being your own boss, just really just trusting yourself and don't be afraid to make mistakes, because it's better to, you know, to look for the answers within yourself rather than constantly asking for opinions and advice. Because sometimes, you know, you have to build up your own, I don't even know what to call it, but I was actually thinking about this the other day. It's like your own, for men and women, especially now that we're just talking about just business, just trusting yourself, like building up the relationship and that the strength of trust with yourself, if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes complete sense.
Makes sense. And I love that you said the women intuition thing, because sometimes even in this room, we'll have, you know, I'll have an idea and everybody's like, oh, I don't know. And then it's like, no, we're just going to go with that. And that's why as women, sometimes we've been able to move ahead, because if we're timid and kind of listen to everybody around, it's never the right time for us to make the move. So sometimes you just got to force those moves.
Well, you know what they say, behind every successful man is a woman helping him out. So I mean,
now you're flipping it.
I don't make up the rules, and I don't make up the quotes and the sayings that's been around for years before I was even born. So I'm just, you know.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, thank you for your time. You know, it's always such a pleasure to see you. I'm just a huge fan of yours, and I know that you have a lot of influence, and I love the way you speak on yourself in a way that you're proud of yourself. And sometimes I think that's what you were trying to get to. Sometimes we don't want to come off as like showing out or whatever the case is, but you have to have the confidence in yourself for anybody else to believe in you. You got to believe in yourself first.
I got one more thing, Miss Saweetie. I love your raps, love your cadence, love everything about your movement. You rap a lot about advising women on how to, you know, bag a dude with the 8-inch, or maybe bag a guy who makes like a 8-figure salary. But for us millennial men who aspire to be house husbands, do you have any advice for us on how to bag an 8-figure icy girl?
Of course I do.
Yes.
You know, and when I'm saying I'm gonna show you how, that's my type. I'm gonna show you how to bag an 8-figure man, businessman. I just feel like you are what you attract. So, you know, a lot of men were coming from me, not from my type, because they're like, not everybody got 8 figures, but it's just like, I'm not telling you, I'm not saying, hey, you're not allowed to date these type of men. I feel like men should listen to that and be inspired to make their own 8 figures. And you know, if you make that, go past that, make 9 figures, make 10 figures.
You know what else? Another thing is not every man got 8 inches either. Girl.
I was gonna say
so
that. What about the guys that don't got 8 inches?
What about the men without 8 inches, girl?
You can't buy that.
Actually, I heard that you can.
You can buy that. You can buy that. Especially if you got 8 figures, you can buy anything.
And then I feel like if you know, if that's something that's not there, then I feel like you have to make up for it in other areas.
I'm so funny.
Woo!
I'm so funny.
No, I mean, we have to work with what God gave us. So, you know.
Some of y'all just gotta work a little harder.
It's okay. Get creative. You know, like have her so amused by something else she don't even notice the inches.
I feel like your advice was very broad stroke until that last point, Miss Sweetie.
Thank you so much. But no, she told you what you needed to hear. You just wouldn't want to hear it. You just not wanted to hear it. So thank you so much for this. As usual, I wish you the best of luck. I can't wait till we can do this in person. You go get some sushi or something, girl. Seriously, I'm ready to get around people when it's safe.
Girl, of course. I would love to come see you guys. So you guys are in Phoenix, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're in Phoenix, yeah, but we're on in California. So next time we make a market visit or something, we go that way, which will be a while. We'll be in touch for sure.
All right. Well, thank you guys for taking time to talk to me as well. I really appreciate your support. You know, tap in.
Tap in.
Tap, girl.
4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches. We love everybody.
You're wrong, girl. You're wrong. Bye.
Love y'all.
We love you. Bye.
Love you.
Love and light, girl.